One of the most important parts of the plant is the root system. And there are all different kinds of roots that occur in nature. And we'll take a look at a couple of them. And I will also show you how to take the roots out of a potted plant. The purpose of roots is, of course, first of all, to stabilize the plant and ground it so that it has a means of getting nutrition out of the soil. The roots are the primary source for that, and roots also help with keeping soil in place so that you don't have erosion. But basically, they are a source of nutrition for the plant. So let's take a look at a couple of roots. This first root I want to show you is a tulip bulb, and it has developed its roots at this point. But the reason I want to show these to you is because these are basically adventitious roots. Now, adventitious roots are fibrous, and they look like this, although with the tulip, they grow out of various areas on the underside of the bulb, which is called a basal plate. But adventitious roots look like these roots because they are all the same size, and there are many, many, many of them that spread out. This root is from an orchid, and it is a root that does not require being in dirt. These roots will actually climb right out of the pot, and they extract moisture from the air in order to survive. These are known as epiphytes, since they are dependent on living on other plants or on bark or something other than dirt. This carrot is a typical example of what is known as a taproot. It means that there is one single major root that comes off the greens, but in fact, you can almost see there are a lot of little tiny hair-like lateral roots that come off of this taproot. The idea of the taproot is for the plant to search for a good water source, but you really need these really fine lateral roots to absorb minerals and water in the ground itself, because the taproot cannot do that on its own. But this is a very good anchor as well as a way of finding a source for water. This beet is considered a tuber, which means that it has a swollen root at the base of the plant, and it will have a taproot, but it may have other roots that are thicker like this if this were a larger plant, and you would find them coming off of this larger swollen section of the root. It acts as a storage device until roots can be established to receive nutrition. This one has a reasonably nice long root. I would venture to guess that this probably even comes down, getting thinner and thinner at the base, so that it starts to have or become like these little lateral roots that you see as part of this main root or tuber itself. So those are the roots that I have to show you right now. It's not a good season for finding other examples, but we'll talk about some of those in class.